What's going on, fam? What's going on? I hope everybody's doing well. This is IamYoungBlackMan come back at y'all with another video for today. I do apologize for the uploading schedule. Just been a little busy. Had stuff that been taken care of. But as y'all can hear, I'm a little congested, so I'm battling the cold. So my body taking time to kind of relax and reset itself. Like I believe, nothing bad. I always believe in good things and positive energy. I figured I'd reset the schedule and come back in and make these videos. I want to do a bit of a response video. Well, not even so much a response video, just a little video talking about where is the love, what is it worth it? This is a response video to Mr. Kevin Samuels. He did a live stream last night, which is by far probably the greatest, maybe the second greatest, or one of the top greatest live streams I've seen in a minute. And simply talking about, love, what is it? The importance of it. Is it worth it? Is it real? Is it true? And it was just a phenomenal live stream from beginning to end. I might try to leave it in the link in the description down below. I say, maybe this for college age brothers or brothers a little bit older, but still it just kind of gives it a little bit, of a talk. So I just want to give a little talk about it. Y'all rock with me, stay with me. If you don't, then I understand. I'll see you in the next video. But I hope y'all do stay, and if you do see something, maybe you can get something out of it. But just love in general. So what is love? I think, first of all, to define love, it's just a true connection, with that person. It's an instant click. Love is timeless. Is something that is continuous. To like somebody is saying I like these qualities about a person, but to love somebody is saying, hey, at this particular point in my life, the like or of being around a person has evolved into just more than that. It's an emotional connection. It's a mental and it's a spiritual connection at a certain point. When even though love does have its certain stages, when you get to that aspect of true love, is knowing, hey, this person, might be the one for me, the right person for me. This person has added to my life, has benefited to my life, has brought great joy and happiness to me, right? Particularly with black love, to me, that is the most absolute beautiful thing that you will ever see in this world, is black love, is the product of black love, seeing a beautiful couple and, young couple, then you see another beautiful couple, maybe a little bit older or younger, depends on, whoever it is, and they got, a child and they got a family, and that's just phenomenal to see. That puts a smile on my face. That lets me know, the Most High is always still in the midst, creating great unions, creating great people, building great and beautiful and strong families, so that we can continue to grow and be great. You see what I'm saying? The Most High says in the Bible, be fruitful and multiply. And then it said, man shall leave his mother and father and should find a wife. And, again, it's all these things are cherished, and should be cherished within the community. I know we live in a society that frowns upon a lot of things, but true love is something that hopefully will always be here and something that will always be there. But Mr. Samuels was talking about something in the guard was, he said if you never been in love before, he was telling bros put, a 2 in the chat, of sisters as well who in there. If you all have been in love, put a 1 in there. And he was saying it's a life-changing experience. It helps you to learn a little bit more about yourself, but it also does so many things for you as well. And to me, I came into with the perspective of being in love changes a person. Bros say all the time, I'm ready for a relationship, or I'm trying to find a girlfriend, or this and that and the third. And I said, well, what you doing, right now? And then when I always ask a few questions, I said, in which to me, some people be like, huh? But legitimately listen to what I'm saying. I said, if you're looking for somebody, I said, what's your habits like right now? Do you make up your bed when you get up every single morning? Do you brush your teeth? Are you changing your socks? Are you throwing on new clothes? Are you washing, dirty clothes? Are you being clean? Is your house in order? If you still live at home, is your room in order? If you drive a vehicle, is your car clean? What are you doing to take care of yourself? Self-care. And number one thing I asked him, I said, ultimately, before you can even love or like somebody else, do you like yourself? Can you look in the mirror and say, I truly like the person that I see in that mirror? I truly love the person I see in that mirror. I love who I am. Are you honest with yourself enough to say that there are areas that you can improve in? For those who say they truly love themselves, Do you love yourself enough to see the areas that you can improve in and get better in? Do you love yourself when you see the burdens that have been weighed on you and actually taking the steps to get those to talk with somebody to heal from that past trauma, to heal from those burdens, to maybe come at a agreement with yourself, to be at peace with the Most High, to be at peace with the universe, to be at peace with your family. All of these things contribute to ultimately finding and attracting love. All of these things contribute to ultimately, if you are in love right now, like somebody right now, in a successful relationship. People think that love is two broken people coming together and making each other whole. That's true somewhat, but ultimate love is finding two people that are together and dealing with themselves and able to be accountable and use each other as helpmates as a union to tackle the world together, to help each other to build, to help each other to be successful, to help each other to grow, to help each other to help men certain pieces. But at the end of the day, we must also come within a situation that we must have an open mindset and a clear consciousness, and must be actively working towards healing ourselves. So even if the relationship ends, the ongoing process of healing never does. Ultimately, I saw a caption or a meme on social media, and somebody said, just don't worry about so much. Always be trying to, what's the statement that says, always worry about, getting rid of your demons, but at the same time, making sure that you're trying to figure out why these things that are here are afflicting you. Why? What is it? Whether it be abandonment issue, your father, left, so you may have an issue of abandonment. First of all, working with that to heal that trauma, but at the same time, also trying to figure out why was it there in the first place. Am I just have abandonment issues because my father left, or do I have abandonment issues because of the hurt that's actually associated with my father leaving? What can I do to fix this, right? Maybe it's your mother, and whoever it might be. I don't want to get too deep into it, but you understand where I'm coming from. If you have an issue with overeating, is it just me just being gluttonous, or is there an emotional connect to that as a child I grew up and overate to compensate for past hurt and trauma? If you have an issue with eating too little, am I doing this because of past trauma of being, husky, and is it mild anorexia? Am I doing the things to not eating so much because I don't have an appetite, or am I eating because of other issues related to that I grew up not with a lot of food, and now I see it, and there's a stigma about what is it, what is it, the way you carry yourself and you behave, and not looking at people in the eye and not giving people a firm handshake, having bad eye contact. Is it just something I need to work on, or are these social skills a result of past trauma? A lack of social skills a result of past trauma. How do I heal it? How do I become the most whole person possible? All these things you must ask yourself and constantly be building towards being the best self possible. And love will then come. I kid you not, relationships will then come. Maybe it's not the right one for you. Maybe it is the right one for you. Only time can tell. Only having the right senses and being able to not be taken advantage of, and also being in the right headspace and being genuine to not take advantage of others in their low moments as well. It's always been in the mindset of, how am I being the best person possible? And if I see a red flag within myself or in a relationship within the person, how can I voice that? How can I articulate that? And how can I find that help going to family, going to friends, going to professionals? I know on the campus that I'm currently at right now, I'm about to graduate from, we have counselors on that campus. So if you have any words or needs of anything, you can actually talk to somebody one-on-one. Certain issues. We have a thing where Black men on campus, we're able to come together once a month or a couple of times a semester and just talk about life, talk about relationships, talk about, past trauma, maybe not growing up with the father. How did that change our narrative on how we look at Black male-female relationships, how we look at even ourselves, how do we carry ourselves, what was the past trauma behind that, and how have we grown from it, how have we healed from it? If we haven't, how can we find solutions or ways to heal from it? Getting homework assignments, not math or science, but actual homework assignments to say this week, because I maybe didn't grow up X, Y, and Z with the father, I'm gonna go mentor some other bros, or I'm gonna, even before I can even do that, I'm gonna get myself in order. I'm gonna ask, so I'm gonna book a peer coaching session. I'm gonna book a counseling session with, a counselor who's done it for 15, 20 years, who's been, mentor, or have some kind of guidance they can give me to say what can I do to better myself and to kind of remove and kind of heal from these past traumas. So again, all these things are a part of love. So number one, if you're looking for love or you're seeking love or you're in a relationship right now, you got love, you have to love yourself. Ultimately, then you can have the strength and the will and the power to love others wholeheartedly. Number two is a change in the mindset and the way we do things. When we're on our purpose, to me, I don't care what nobody say. When I've been on my purpose, that's the time that I have found, attraction, or love, or happiness, or a great sister. When I'm not going anywhere with the attention on the mindset of, oh, I'm looking for this person. No, it's just, okay, I know I got to go to class. I know I got to go to work. I know I got to go around campus and go take run these errands. I know I got to go take this paperwork to various departments. And when I'm doing that, I'll see somebody and be like, whoa, and it'll take me back. The greatest conversations I've ever had, whether that be it led to something great, or whether it just led to a friendship, or whether it just led to a great conversation for that day. Because sometimes it just all leads to just a great conversation for that day. But it has been when I was focused on myself, on personal growth and development, whether I'm leaving the gym, or whether I'm turning in paperwork for financial aid, or whether I'm headed down the street to go take care to go get a Scantron or a Blue Book or whatever it might be. Has always been me taking care of tasks and having priorities straight, and actually taking care of those priorities that I've ran into something that's not caused a distraction, not caused a detour, but has been destiny. Let me say that again. It wasn't a distraction, it wasn't a detour, but it was destiny at that moment to say you were supposed to be meant to be in this very moment right here. You're taking care of things you're supposed to be taking care of. And the most I see you working and operating in a space of authenticity, of purity, of being genuine. And because of that, you've been the law of the universe will attract to you somebody who's also taking care of the very same thing, who also goal oriented. Sometimes not always like that. Sometimes it is those people or those entities that try to cause distractions or try to do that. But most of the time, it is destiny. And again, you have to feel it in yourself and have to have critical thought in yourself to say, is this the right circumstance? Is this the right situation? Is this truly love? Is this truly lust? I like this person? Am I just like being around this person? Do I like just what they bring to the table? You have to ask yourself all these questions and actually be real and honest with yourself. And that's ultimately how you will find what you're looking for. But again, you have to just also be self-developed. Again, that's where you find love. That's where you find happiness. Is when you're self-developing, you go into the gym, you're eating right, fruits and vegetables. You're getting in your time. You're taking self-care and talking things out and healing past trauma and doing meditation and prayer and going to church or watching church online or reading the Bible for yourself, getting a knowledge of wisdom and understanding of it for yourself if you like to do it that way. It's taking those time to relax and to calm down and listen to not all the time just the trap music, but listen to some nice jazz, listen to some nice R&B, listen to some nice gospel music to get your mind right. You'll start seeing. I was listening to Les Brown. He said your brain is working optimal function. The first 20 minutes of the things that you hear will ultimately reflect your whole entire day. And I get up every single morning, listen to my gospel music, listen to faith-based music, listen to music that would bring me power, that would bring me that breathes black excellence into me, that brings me a closer connection to the Most High. Listen to what is it? Sounds of Blackness, the Optimistic. I can't think of the exact name of it, but you know what I'm talking. You know the song I'm talking about. I'll leave that down in the description box below if I can find that one as well. But listen to music that brings me just positive energy and positive vibes. All these things can help you bring love. Ultimately, not being afraid of it. Some people are afraid of getting their heart crushed. Some people are afraid of getting in a relationship and then it doesn't work out. Some people are afraid. But I ask yourself, I said, we can't let fear control us because ultimately we'll never know. We miss out on great situations, maybe missing out on great friend, or might missing out on a person that will ultimately be your wife one day because of the thought process that, hey, I'm afraid of this. You have to learn how to tackle those traumas. Then once you actually healed from it and actually got some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of it, you'll be more clear, more open, and more receptive to not so much of taking risk, but at least just coming in a masculine energy, a masculine frame, and saying, hey, I have no uh, uh, um, I have genuine intentions, but I have no fantasy or no true what's the word I'm looking for? You have no true ideal of what is going to happen, but you're hoping for positive things and good energy, and you're just testing out and seeing what happens. And whatever life brings you as a result of that, you take it and go on. And if it's meant to be, you'll continue on. If it's not meant to be, then you'll find somebody else who's just as equally great. You know what I'm saying? All those things contribute to it. So again, can't be afraid. We always got to be willing to tackle the past trauma. Always got to be willing to be successful, but also learn from our mistakes. You know, maybe the pickup line that you use, maybe in 2019 is not good at you pickup line. You never know if you don't use it. But at the same time, being able to say, okay, hey, don't come with it being rushed or seem like this is a rehearsed line. Just let me just have good conversation. Being able to have conversation and communication skills is good. That's why I told you again. Sometimes only thing that's going to come up of a good connection is good conversation for those few minutes. But even for that, if that's what it is, thank God even for that. And say, hey, you know what? It was talk to a great person, have a good conversation. It made me feel good. That person is feeling good. Nothing happened. You know, I didn't marry the person, or the person that is not my girlfriend, or I didn't get the number. But hey, I had a great conversation with that person. It brightened up my day and made her day happy and made my day happy. You see what I'm saying? All those things contribute to you loving yourself. Number two, loving life, loving the Most High, loving those around you, being being grateful and appreciative for the things that are around you, knowing that even on some of your bad days, you live like somebody on their greatness, but also seeing why certain things are the way they are, and actively working to renew yourself and reset the narrative, and also creating better success and great opportunities for yourself, healing past trauma, and living every single day that you can to be the best you possible, having self-development, right? Always developing yourself and doing whatever you can to be the absolute best. So I thought about that. I was like, man, that was a great live stream. Again, he talked about so many things, just perspective of love, and you know why society doesn't have it, or why we're afraid of love, or why we're at least afraid to go out and go seek it. What is causing us to have certain barriers? How do we remove them? How do we better ourselves? How do we be better at all the things that we can be? How do we figure out who we are, and ultimately find the person that's also on that equal journey, and we help each other grow? And it's just not a give situation. It's a, you know, both of us are pouring into each other to make each other equally successful, make each other equally happy, doing the things that we can to be the best we possibly can be. So again, every brother, you know, must take an opportunity to, number one, love themselves, love their environment, love, you know, life, love the Most High, love their family, love every single thing that is around them, and learn how to also change those things that negatively affecting them. Learn how to change those things. Learn how to not let things have a negative stronghold on them, but break those bonds and break those ties that are negatively pulling you down, and uplift yourself, and raising your vibration, and raising your consciousness, and raising yourself, and elevating yourself to new levels, and being better and doing better. Love is out there. But you'll ultimately find too, when you do find love, or you are in a relationship, or you are in a circumstance, a situation, you'll find yourself trying to elevate more. It will bring you a certain level of elevation. Not just saying, okay, I got this beautiful sister on my arm, and you know I'm happy, but it means even you taking a step and making sure, you know, that your shoes are shined, that your tie is straight, that your teeth are brushed, and that your hair. But you must start doing these things even before you meet that person, because again, that's self-love. You must have that nature saying, hey, I'm going to do that. But you'll also find that once you start dating, you're going to go to the next level. And each and every time you're going to elevate, because you're going to always want to self-develop and get a little bit better at whatever you're doing. You're going to make sure, you know, that everything is tidy and clean, and correct. You're gonna make sure that's done beforehand, but you're gonna even find little nuance and ways that you can even improve within that. Again, it's always finding little different ways. I know me, I didn't have a date Friday, but even still, I went and got my car washed and went and got it cleaned and make sure everything was taken care of. And I did that because I know I had to personally look good. I had to personally make sure the things around me are well taken care of. You know, I went and got a nice meal, making sure I still went to the gym, still making sure I'm doing certain things that even when, you know, certain situations maybe out of town or, you know, it's just me here chilling, you know, or it's going through a period of time that I need time to self-reflect whatever I'm doing, I'm still making sure that I'm doing everything correctly that brings peace and harmony and alignment to my life. And I see myself growing. I see my vibration being better. I see my energy being higher. I see myself going out and enjoying the day and taking a breath outside and breathing and just enjoying new opportunities and new experiences and enjoying spending quality time, whether it be romantically or non-romantically, just enjoying new time and just energy with people. Just meeting good people, meeting good sisters. Even if that means me and her just friends, just enjoying opportunity to just be around positive people and positive energy and positive vibes and breathing success and breathing positive affirmations into somebody, and they doing the same for me. It's life is truly joyous. If you can see life for what it is and and I'm talking about even the simplicity of life, not always worried about trying to, you know, have the most flash and having the most this and that and that. J. Cole had a line, he was like, no such thing as a life that's better than yours. And he was just like, even through life, whatever it might be, just always just loving life and just taking care of things and just being appreciative for the things that you have. All of these things are a physical representation, a manifestation, the definition of love is just that. So again, you know, where is the love is within you. Where is the love is all around us. It's in the flowers, it's in the air that we breathe, it's in our families, in our friends, it's in the good times that we have. It's in the conversation and the communication that we have, that we're breathing positive energy into one another, that we're communicating with others, even just treating people with respect, ultimately, without getting too deep into it, is a universal alignment of love. It's having respect. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. It's loving the order that the Most High has created for society. It's respecting the elders. It's all these things have so much great aspects of love that bring into it. It's loving ourselves, loving the Most High. The Most High created us in His image, so there's no reason for us not to love ourselves. And if you feel that way of you know, being harsh on yourself or being hard on yourself or not loving yourself, you have to figure out where that's coming from. Ultimately fixing that. At the same time, always being true within yourself. If you say, hey, you know what? There's ways for me to improve. Do it that way. You're not doing it from a condemning yourself, condemnation, but you're doing it from a perspective of saying, hey, I'm being myself. I'm being free, but I'm being real enough for myself to say, hey, I can improve here, here, and here. But it's a process, so I'm gonna love myself throughout. I'm gonna reward myself. I'm gonna appreciate myself for reaching the levels that I'm at, reaching the levels I will get to. When I ultimately get to my ultimate goal, and when that day does come, I will be happy. But I also know, hey, I appreciate, I love the process. So even today, young brothers, you know, even today, everybody who listens to my channel, find love and happiness and peace and prosperity within the things that are around you, but also plan for the future and be successful. Continue to follow your dreams and be on your purpose. And hopefully you've already found that great person. If you haven't, they're out there. Just make sure that you're living a life that is best for you, that is creating good energy, that's creating abundance. And I promise you, eventually, if you continue to work hard and be diligent and go after the things that you want in life, and simply making those conversations, simply being out there a little bit more, and even in times you're not out there a little bit more, but just taking care of yourself and providing self-help, self-love, and personal time and self-care and personal care, all those things would create a massive change and a massive difference. So definitely go watch that live stream. That was just a little video I wanted to do talking about love. You can see the smile on the brother face, the smile on the sister face. It's a genuine change of a mindset, of attitude. Is spending time, you know, is doing all the things that bring positive energy and positive joy to the world. So definitely take time to just be the best you possible. and all great things will follow. I promise you that. So peace and blessing each and one of y'all. I am Young Black Man with another video. I hope to see y'all very soon. Peace and blessings.